Hey LGG gang, welcome back to the Lucky Girl Guide podcast, your one-stop shop to all things wellness and good vibes. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Amritha and I'm your host for this podcast, and welcome. It's so lovely to have you here. And as you guys have probably noticed, this is our very first video episode. I am quite frankly very surprised that this is even happening. Hopefully everything goes well, because I'm not really sure if there would be any hiccups or bumps in this road. Hopefully not, but I just noticed that my software can do two things. They can record audio and record video at the same time. So it was just really easy to do on my MacBook. And I thought, why not record a video episode for you guys and see how it goes? So fingers crossed this all works out. I really want to get this out for you guys by tomorrow, as usual. So I hope everything works out. And I would really, really love to get started and move this podcast over video-wise onto YouTube as well, so that we can start to build up this community and make it a much more positive space as well. And yeah, so hi, this is the first time for most of you, I think, that you guys are actually seeing my face. So it's really nice to have you here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And here's a little bit about me. I just turned 19 years old this month, and I am currently in university studying a science degree, and I also have a wellness platform on Instagram, and I'm currently trying to build a bigger one on TikTok, but I post wellness and lifestyle videos, and I have a wellness podcast, obviously. I really take passion and pride in helping other people improve themselves and improve their wellness, and basically grow from where I started, so that I can help you guys become your best selves. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, and let me just catch you guys up, because it's been a while since we talked. It's usually like every 2 weeks that I see you guys. This time I think it might have been in 3 weeks, because a lot of things have happened. I'm currently studying for another midterm, because yeah, first month back into a new semester, and I already have a chemistry midterm. But yeah, so that's the vibe for this week. But I really want to get another episode out for you guys, because I love you and I had to chat with you. Otherwise I will go insane. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So first things first, weekly craze, weekly catch up. I cut my hair. It used to be waist long, like literally down to there, and I cut it, I think, like 4 days ago. Yeah, I cut it 4 days ago. My roommate actually cut it for me, and then I showered, straightened my hair, and this is the final result. And if you didn't know, I have very curly hair, so honestly, I don't know what the shrinkage is going to be like on this, but I'm really loving it straight, so I think that's the way I'm going to wear it for a bit. But yeah, that's a little hair update. And another thing, roommate related, I'm trying to find a new place next year to live in, because our place right now is just like res and like university owned, so we only have a year lease on this, so we just have to move out by the end of this semester. That's been a hassle, because it's such a grown-up thing to do, find a new place to live, sign a lease, check over terms. Like, we've been seeing a couple places so far, and nothing's really sticking as of right now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we find a new place. We have another place lined up to see tomorrow, so I'm really hoping it works out. And otherwise, I've just been working on my 2025 goals. Speaking of 2025 goals, if you guys are interested in learning how to make a vision board, if you don't know what a vision board is and you would like to find out more and how to plan your goals, I do have an episode on that. It is my most recent episode, so please go check out that and you can learn more from there. Okay, but aside from that, I have been just trying to work on my goals and studying and trying to stay disciplined at going to the gym. I haven't been super consistent, I cannot lie. I went to the gym maybe 4 times this month, and that was it. but I need to be more consistent. I actually ended up going today because I was just sitting in bed rotting, and I was just like, you know what? The gym's about to close in 30 minutes. Might as well just drag myself up and go walk on the treadmill for a second. And I did. And I got that done. And I did some light jogging and everything. And I was very proud of myself. So, you know what? Little wins every day, but just get yourself up there, get moving, and you'll feel so much better about yourself. Trust me. When I walked out of that gym today, I was just like, woo, I did something productive today. So, yeah, just little wins. Take it as it comes. On the much more positive side, eating healthier has gotten so much better recently as I've been changing my routine and trying something new, going off my class schedule, everything. I have become so obsessed with chopped leaf. For those of you that don't know what chopped leaf is, I'm not sure if it's a Canadian thing or an American thing, but it's like a, if you know what Freshie is, it's like Freshie. It's basically a salad bar, not salad bar, but like you can make your own salads and bowls, and they serve sandwiches and quesadillas on the side too, as well as soup. And it's just such a good place. I'm obsessed with all their salad bowls. I'm 10 out of 10 obsessed with their tuna sandwich. It is so good. The best thing ever. I get it on multigrain bread, and it comes with this little like ranch sauce thing. So good. I could eat that all day, every day. But yeah, current obsession is chopped leaf. And another thing that I've also been doing, actually started doing yesterday, was working on rhinestoning my podcast mic. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I've started on a little section, and I would love to finish the rest of that up anytime soon. But I think I have to make another shipment of rhinestones from Amazon before that because I'm actually running low. I've had these silver rhinestones for like a year now when I had to rhinestone my tap shoes for High School Musical. But I probably need to order more to fill up this entire mic. But I'm very excited. If you don't know, I'm very big on sparkles and glitter, and just love working with my hands and being creative all the time. So this is just a very fun little project for me to work on when I'm not studying all day. But yeah, anyways, that is the weekly craze catch up. And I wanted to go back to the segments that I talked about on the very first episode of this podcast. I know that I mentioned 3 segments. So the weekly craze, the grateful segment, so what am I grateful for this week, and the motivational quote segment. So I really wanted to go back to that and touch on it for this episode. So let's get into what I'm grateful for this week and what I'm reflecting on to improve. So I'm very grateful for my family, because the more time that I spend apart from them, the more I am so grateful to go back home, because I end up missing them so much. And the other thing is, I was doing physics today, and I just had an interaction with a friend that just made me so grateful for my friendships at university, because I am genuinely so lucky to have made such genuine connections with certain people. And I'm just really happy that I have people that I can depend on and count on my floor, on my res, etc. So in my program. And that's really lovely. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm also really grateful for you guys, every single one of you, because we reached 78 countries with this podcast. And that is mind-blowing, you guys. I never expected more than like Canada to listen to my podcast, really. But I am so incredibly grateful for all of you listening and loving the pod. I read all your reviews all the time, and everybody who fills out the feedback form, links below in the show notes in the Google form, everybody who fills that out. I just love reading all your comments and all your suggestions, and it makes my day. So thank you. And I love having you guys here with me to yap with me and to better yourselves and work on this journey together. And the motivational quote for this episode is, every single day is a new chance to try again. And the fact that you are trying is proof that you are strong. And I really want that to resonate with all of you guys, because the topic of this episode is handling winter blues and staying consistent with your goals, even though it is so dark outside, so gloomy, so cold all the time. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I was studying this morning and I studied for 3 hours and it was light outside when I was studying. And then I get up from my desk and I look outside and it's pitch black. And I'm like, there is no way that it got dark that fast. But I don't like that at all. I think it's awful for my mental health, but everyone's struggling with it. I know a lot of people have seasonal depression and seasonal affective disorder, winter blues, as I like to call them. But we are in this together. I just want you guys to know that everyone is going through this with you. You are not alone, but let's talk about some tips and some tricks that I've learned from navigating this for the past couple of years to how to make this entire season, winter blues, all of the feels, a much more positive experience. So, my winter blues tips and tricks. Number one, I like to focus on waking up early and taking time for yourself while it is a little darker to get ready. And I know I am not an early bird, but I do have a class at 8:30 on Monday this semester, every single Monday, and that has really pushed me to wake up early. And in that same situation, I also noticed the pros of waking up super early before anybody else is up, because the sky is actually a little bit darker when we wake up in the morning, and it kind of just brings me a lot of peace. I like to sit on my desk over there and just unwind, get ready for the day, take some time for myself, do my hair, do my makeup, everything, get set up for the day, grab my stuff, and then actually go and get breakfast before my classes, which is so crazy because I've never eaten breakfast for the past 4 years, all the way through high school. I just never got the time to do that during the weekdays, because during the weekends I do cook myself breakfast. I make breakfast all the time. I love it. But during the weekdays, it was just way too early for me to eat or anything. Like, I just couldn't bring myself to get up early to make myself breakfast. But based on how this course is going so far, I've actually been able to grab breakfast, grab food, and be able to have time for myself in the morning. And I think that's helped a lot with starting the morning off strong, having a productive start to the week, and just entering the new week with a more positive mindset. And I really do appreciate the morning moments that I'm having. So, yeah, I first trick is to wake up early and take time for yourself while it's a little darker outside and while the whole world is asleep. Just take time for yourself and get ready for the day. And my second tip is really important. I recently learned the benefits of staying consistent with this tip, but you've always heard adults say, like, make sure your plate has all the colors, or like, make sure you're eating your veggies. It's so true. I would recommend grabbing a colorful meal and a drink. And I do not mean synthetic food dyes. I mean naturally colored items. So I'm talking vegetables, I'm talking salads. I love chopped leaf, if you haven't heard already. But for me, it's usually a smoothie or a matcha. I've been on my matcha game for the past 2 days. And if you guys say matcha tastes like grass, listen, I'll agree with you if you're getting your matcha from a coffee shop or, say, Starbucks. But I need you guys to try ceremonial grade matcha. That thing will change your life. It's supposed to be really green. Matcha is supposed to be really green, and it will not taste like grass if it's proper grade. So make sure you're settling for ceremonial grade matcha. It has so many good benefits for you guys, and I just really want to put you guys on. So matcha is not awful. Just give it another try and make sure you do it right this time. And if you still think it tastes like grass, then it's not for you, I guess. So that's okay. But I just want you guys to try it properly before you make assumptions. But speaking of, I'm always a sandwich, salad, healthy something refreshing, light type of girl. I love it, and I've been eating it very, very consistently for this entire month so far, and I've been loving it. I've noticed so many changes in my mood, my appearance, my energy levels, everything. So definitely make sure that you're grabbing something colorful to eat, any fruit, any vegetable, even a drink. Just eat a little bit healthier and see how it helps you out during the season. My third tip is very generic, but move your body. Stay active, walk to your classes, walk home, take the stairs. I never take the stairs because I live on the ninth floor. But I mean, if you live on the second floor, on the third floor, take the stairs. Get some steps in. I have seen way too many people at my building take the elevator to the second floor from the first floor. And I'm just like, you could literally take the stairs and get there much faster than taking the elevator and waiting the 10 minutes that it takes to come to the first floor. So you could do that and get your steps and still feel amazing and save time, actually. Try a new workout class because the endorphins from working out, moving your body, staying active, getting your steps, they help so much with your mood. I will never, ever take endorphins for granted because today I just dragged myself out to go to the gym and I was feeling so unmotivated. But the second I did my workout and I came out of the gym, I felt so good that I didn't even notice the cold. I literally walked back to my building and I didn't even feel the cold. It was so cold, I'm sure, but I felt so good. So definitely take the time to do that because you'll feel so productive and so good about yourself. And it's just so worth it. And my fourth tip is sleep. I'm so happy that I went back to a more regular sleep schedule once coming back to school because during the winter break, I had the worst sleep schedule known to man. I think I was sleeping at 4 a.m. and waking up at 4 p.m. every single day. And my cycle was disrupted, my hormone levels were screwed, and this might be a little TMI, but I think my period was delayed for like 3 to 4 weeks during that time. And I was so scared because that stuff means a lot to me. I really like to regulate my cycle, and it was always regular. And then I just missed it this cycle, and I was like, what? But it was really late, but I got it back as soon as I started sleeping regularly. It came back heavy and strong. It just wanted to make up for that month. But yeah, so sleep is so, so, so important for making sure you are at your best during this winter season. So make sure that you get your sleep because it's so important. Tip number 5 is to get more outside time. Go outside when it's light out because clearly we don't have light for that long, but go outside when it's light out. Let the light come into your room. I know it's cold outside. I know. I struggle walking to my classes every single day from my building, but when you can, please go outside and get yourself out into the light because the sun does really help. Seeing the sun, being outside, even if it's cloudy, just going outside helps a lot and it'll just make you feel better. And it's really important that you go out so that you can get any source of vitamin D during this time, especially because it's so cloudy. And don't forget to take your vitamin D as well in vitamin form, capsules, through your food, whatever it is. Just make sure that you really up your vitamin D intake so that everything's at its best. Because a lot of people tend to be really vitamin D deficient during this time, and that can cause issues like hair loss, bone density issues, everything in between. So vitamin D is really, really important for you. So make sure you supplement that if you're not getting enough outside. But that is why going outside is so important. This next tip is for literal shits and giggles, pardon my language, but get color in your environment. I think this is such a big psychological tip that a lot of people don't give enough credit to. So get some more color in your room. I really like putting up new posters, any new pink accents. I love pink. And just adding a new lamp in, anything that brightens up your environment so that you don't feel as gloomy inside as you do outside. So just help brighten up your environment a little bit and feel a lot better. And then coming home and seeing that environment after a long day of work or being outside or whatever it is that you're doing, it'll just help you feel a lot better. The next tip is get creative. And I love getting creative. I love working with my hands, working on something digitally, whatever it is, but it's the time of the year where I break out my creative juices. And I either, like you saw, rhinestone everything, or I start painting, or I just start creating something new. Just start a creative hobby and invest time into it. You can scrapbook, you can journal, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you have something extra to get your energy out into. My next tip is to give yourself permission to slow down. It's okay to have days and days where you don't feel your best. You don't always have to be go, go, go all the time. That is never sustainable. Don't ever push yourself to be on top of everything all the time, because we are all human. We're not machines. We need time to rest and recover and accept what's going on around us, within us, everything. So the beauty of this time, the beauty of winter, in my opinion, is that we're seeing everything get snowed in and frost and die for a bit, and then it all starts thawing out, and then we have room for spring and for new growth to occur. So I like to think of this entire cycle as that as well. So you can treat yourself the same way. Invest in yourself now and work through the hard months being by yourself and working within yourself and becoming the best version that you can be, mentally and physically, if you can. And so by the time the sun comes out and everything is happy again, you have built this positive relationship with yourself, and you will continue to achieve your goals as the year progresses. So it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take breaks and take rest, because the relationship that you have with yourself throughout this time is the most important relationship. So you have to focus on what is best for that relationship to thrive. And speaking of relationships, my next tip is to spend time and stay connected with your loved ones, because staying together and helping each other through this, especially if another person you know suffers with depression during this time or suffers with the winter blues, having another person to hold you accountable and help you stick to your goals and help you cheer up throughout the day is so helpful. So surround yourself with positive people, with your positive circle. Surrounding yourself with the right people means the most. Do not surround yourself with people that want to bring you down and, people that can't motivate you, people that pull you with them to be in a negative space and in a negative energy presence filled void with them. Okay? Spend time with the people that are going to uplift you and are going to be positive and going to help you see this entire season in a better light, because those people will help you get out of this dark cloud and get into a better headspace to navigate the winter blues. And my last tip, you guys, my last tip is to romanticize the cold. And I posted a reel about this on Instagram the other day, and I just want to hone in on that. Romanticizing everything helps a lot, especially if you hate something. I have romanticized studying chemistry and studying math so many times. Again, I still hate studying math. I will never have to do math again, thank God. But when I was having a hard time with chemistry, I remember romanticizing it so much. I remember making my study vlogs around chemistry, everything, so that now when I do study chemistry, it's okay. I can do it because I've romanticized it so much into being something great and fun that I think chemistry, and I'm like, yeah, it's doable. It's not awful, So same thing with your life. Same thing with winter blues. Romanticize everything. And by romanticizing, I mean, take the time to cozy up with a hot drink. I mean, it's so cold outside, right? So enjoy a warm drink and read a book or study by the fireplace. Go to a library with a cozy fireplace and study there. Even playing in the snow can make winter seem so much brighter and less dull. So the more you romanticize life, the more you will love and see the good in it, and it'll help you get out of being stuck in the winter blues. So those are all my tips for navigating the winter blues and staying consistent and motivated to your goals for this new year. And I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope it gave you what you needed when you clicked on this video, when you listened to this podcast episode. So thank you so much for listening. And if you liked what you heard, it would mean so much to me if you left a rate and review for this episode and for this podcast. And please, please, please let me know what you think. Fill out the form linked in the show notes below if you want to give me feedback on what I should talk about next or what I can improve in my episodes or in my video recording now. And be sure to follow all my socials and the podcast socials linked below, also in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you've made it this far, I love you so much. Thanks for sticking around to hear me yap. And I really hope that the rest of this winter season goes well for you guys. Spring is right around the corner, and we will get there together. I'm always here for you guys. My DMs are always open. If you ever need to talk, whatever it is, let me know. I've got you. I've got your back. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Mwah.